Last time on D&D, you guys defended Neverwinter from Hoondarrh and his army of kobolds. After a hard-fought battle on the docks, Hoondarrh appeared, and you guys all rushed up into the air to fight him. Sang eventually got the killing blow, and he landed, I'll say just around here on the map, where the little W is for west. Reed, Dela, you guys rushed back to the battle, saying you were just chilling. But all of a sudden, Hoondarrh awoke, tried to bite you. I don't know if he succeeded or
He
not.
did,
Either way, you didn't die.
Yeah.
And he just looked at you, said, "I'll remember you," and then just took off. Coming back to the battle, though, Reed and Dela, you guys would arrive just as sort of Tristan is rallying the forces and driving the kobold forces back into the ocean. The Luskan fleet arrives and clashes with them at sea, but by that point, what are you guys doing? I assume you're not going to continue the fight out at sea when it's pretty much won.
What ships?
Yeah, you have no ships as well.
I've got
Yeah,
any
I want to
ships.
cast Bigby's hand and just keep punching them. Punching ship after ship.
Nice. I can just imagine, like, as the kobolds are, like, just trying to claw their way onto the ship, you're just punching them as they
Yeah.
and then you keep falling back into the ocean.
I'm with the hand, I'm like doing a flick maneuver and just flicking each one off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
But then, yeah, all of you would see Hoondarrh flying away in the distance.
Are all the kobolds dead now?
I mean, they're
One.
being dealt with currently by the Luskan fleet.
I guess just let out a cheer and sort of like encourage my men as well.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, a lot of them are
Victory! We have victory!
very exhausted, but they have enough energy left for some victory cries. Looking around, pretty much all the NPCs seem to have survived the battle, from what you can tell.
Even
do you want to do
Emmerich.
next?
All right. I'll
You
sheath
don't
my sword.
see. Make a perception check to see if you can see him.
Okay.
We might have booked it.
Because he was like dressed as a regular soldier, so it'd be more difficult to see amongst the crowds. Glancing around, you do see him a short distance away. You recognise the rapier. Doesn't seem to be like running away or anything. He's just amongst the crowd with everyone else.
Can I go
Right,
speak
well-
to him?
Yeah.
I'll be like, well met.
Who just looking down you? Well, man.
Emmerich, now's your time to go. I think you need to leave before. Just, I'll say that you were killed in battle. I think you should leave right now, whilst whilst you can.
Do you think I've got time to go and pick up that loot?
What loot?
The one you gave me. It's still in the castle.
Oh fuck the loot, man. It's not important. You got your sword. Well, I mean, okay, fine. If you really want it, but why don't I just keep
Yes, you
keep
you
a hold of it?
Keep hold of it for me.
Yeah, and I can give it to you sometime.
Any ideas on where I should go? I have no idea what to do with my life now.
Yeah, head to the tavern. If you wanna,
Yeah, keep going.
head to the tavern. Keep an eye out though. You're wanted in Waterdeep.
Oh,
Might
I'm not gonna go back to war. I need somewhere else, somewhere fresh.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'll try and find something. So, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, go to shake your hand.
Yeah. I'll shake
And
it
then
back.
he will then disappear off through the crowds.
Okay. Little tear goes down Reed's eye with this music.
Nice. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Now that's been dealt with.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to the battle and be like, oh wait, could I have took Emmerich's like a piece of his clothing or some shit? I don't know, like the helmet or something.
Yeah, you can take the helmet.
Yeah. And I'll just cover it in blood and be like, yeah, he's fucked me.
Who are you saying this to?
Nah, just myself.
Okay. You got to convince yourself for roll persuasion.
Yeah. It's gonna be a tough roll.
It's deception, yeah.
Yeah.
The way Emmerich did die, he changed his ways and became a new person. And anyway, I'm going to join
go with
the
that.
soldiers now and celebrate.
Sang, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna slowly start walking back to the city.
You watch from the docks as the Luskan fleet successfully defeat the rest of the kobolds. Thanks to them, not a single ship escapes. Soldiers sort of wearily make their way back into the city to get some rest. Tristan, as king, is there anything you would like to do?
I think gather the council in Castle Never. Got some tidying up to do. Civilians to get back into homes, that sort of thing. So I'd like to summon them all into the castle once we return, including the blades.
Sang, do you go?
Have I made it there by this time?
Yeah.
I will, but I'm just gonna stand right at the back.
So yeah, you guys do see Sang, who obviously has been ghosting you for the past 2 days. She showed up in the middle of the fight and is now shown up again. The Swift Swords are all there. Aramaeus is there. Marion and Paige are there. No sign of Salty Joe or Fabian.
Uh-oh.
What? They were in Castle Never, right?
Yeah, it got hit by the dragonfire. So, a hard fight for all of us. Thank you all for your...
Are we in Castle Never right now?
Yes, we've regathered in the throne room.
Should no one have checked on the people at the...
I mean, if you want to go check on them.
Yeah,
Okay,
if I've noticed, I can't see it.
Why are we having a
Sure.
meeting?
It's-
People are missing.
Well, you don't know the people are missing because you didn't go and check on them.
Maybe they just don't want to be in the meeting.
I don't know. They were the only two people on the dealing with the cannons, right? The cannons got.
Up with the cannons, yeah.
well, that's what we're just discussing. Losses now.
Mordai will come forward and say, our estimated losses are around 280 on our side, whereas the Kobold fleet seems to have lost pretty much all of their forces, all 2,000, roughly speaking. I'm sure there are a few who perhaps escaped into the city or the nearby fields, but we'll hunt them down.
280 brave souls lost, but they fought valiantly, and the city has been saved. I think not much damage done, although the castle did take a bit of an attack from Hoondarrh's flames.
Aramaeus will step forward and say, "Yes, my son Fabian, he was up there, but he's being treated for his wounds now. Almost died, thankfully. My lad's tougher than most."
Good. I'm glad to hear that he is survived, and hope he recovers fast. I might pay him a visit, see if I can help him.
What of the crablings?
From
What of
what I-
Salty Joe?
From what I gathered, Salty Joe was at the heart of the blast. Didn't make it.
Ah,
He's sleeping with the crabs now.
Oh, God. Poor Salty Joe. Can we revive him?
a
Is it
bit
too
late
late
for
to
that.
revive him?
Need a body for that.
It'd be too late for that. I did roll for both of them, and unfortunately, Fabian got a nat 20. Luckily, just about surviving. Salty Joe did not. So that is why.
Yes.
I'll always miss him. And his
Well-
crab-like forms.
But,
City's the city's safe. I don't think Hoondarrh will want to try his luck again here. We've shown that we're more than capable of defending ourselves. Luskan has arrived, which, as promised, I believe some aid from Waterdeep is also on the way, so they can potentially help with some of the rebuilding work.
I was going to say, Your Grace, should I not perhaps inform them that the battle is over and they can return?
Yes. Tell them Hoondarrh was slain, however, he revived. I'll look over at Sang. What happened there?
He was dead,
That's interesting.
and then he wasn't. His wounds were all healed.
Did he? And he was just back to normal, not like an undead sort of construct.
As far as I can tell.
That is odd. I wonder if perhaps there'll be maybe some records on something of the kind in the archives. Maybe something hidden.
You would know because you did your research on Hoondarrh that probably, or certainly nothing in your research had anything like this. But as you say it, Mordai will say, "Well, he is the dragon of Mintarn. I believe the people there, if anyone, will know more about the dragon. They have been under his rule for hundreds of years. If anyone knows his secrets, it'll be them, I would imagine."
Is
That's
that
for
the
myself.
island?
Yes. The island just next to Hoondarrh's volcano, where he dwells.
Don't know how willing they'll be to part with his secrets.
Yes, well, you're experts in your field. I'm sure you'll find a way of squeezing the truth out of them.
Yes. Okay.
Arthur will say, "Is that all you need from us? We all right to head back to Silvery Moon?"
Thank you for your help once again, my friend. It is greatly appreciated. The Swift Swords will always have a place in the Court of Neverwinter.
A pleasure as always, Tristan. I'll never pass up an opportunity to outshine you. Though this time, I will admit, you falling from the sky was pretty great. I'll have to pitch some ideas. And he goes to Percy, "Think we can come up with anything better?" Percy's like, "I think we can come up with something better off the dam."
Yes, then.
And they'll just take their leave. Say, "Right, well, seeing as we have no more business here, we're gonna go and get some sleep."
Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So long, friends.
All right. So I believe reconstruction, and we'll hold a funeral for the dead tomorrow.
The cannons that were damaged on the roof, are they beyond like repair? Or
From what
Yeah.
we gather, yes, they are beyond repair.
I see. How can we procure some more cannons? Where would be best to go to get them?
Well, from my experience as a pirate, cannons are only really found down in the Nilantha Isles, down where all the pirates sort of live. They were a Black Skull invention.
I see. Bollocks. So how many
Yep.
are we down to? We've lost like half essentially.
You'd be down to 4.
4.
Well, maybe
Oh.
seeing it's worth having a look at these cannons and seeing if you could maybe reproduce them, seeing as you've still got 4 working specimens. You could always... There's a business idea for you, Reed, but I believe this might be a discussion for another day.
For now, we can get some ballistas, and that should do the job for the time being.
And the 4 cannons.
Of course, the 4 cannons.
Right. Well, that'll be everything for now, everyone. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Blades, good to hang back.
Yep. Everyone will wearily head off to bed. It is like 1 in the morning at this point. As everyone else leaves, however, Jarl Axel will stroll in flamboyantly and just bow before you. Say, "The battle is won, Your Grace."
Yes, thank you for your arrival at such short notice as well. They were here a lot faster than anticipated.
Well, it's a good job you gave us plenty of warning then.
Yes. I trust that the mopping up operation wasn't too costly for you.
We did lose one unfortunate ship, but that's not too bad, all things considered. They didn't
Excellent.
really stand any chance against our navy, to be honest.
No. We'll be discussing the plan going ahead tomorrow after we've all had a bit of a rest. Are you going to dock in the bay?
I assumed me and my forces could at least stay the night.
Yes, of course.
Splendid. I will see you on the morrow. Just like
Thank you.
gestures for like a servant that's somewhere nearby, says that, "Take me to some chambers." And then it's
Emmerich room.
Just you and the blades.
You mean his house?
Nah,
Right.
I'm in the cells.
So,
Oh, right.
Take it to Emmeric's old house. Like, and say,
Yeah,
right,
kick
you need to move out now. We got this new tenant.
so, Emmerich, any sign?
No, I saw his helmet and that was dead. Actually, is it just the Blades of Drrust?
It is just the blades, yeah.
Okay. Well.
If you
Well,
know anything, Reed, I'd rather not know.
Okay, yeah, he died.
Do you want to roll
Yeah,
deception, or is it like a,
It's like, oh no.
It's up to you if you want to.
What a shame. He died.
Yeah, he died. And hopefully he's reborn.
Yes, I'm sure. Form's guiding light. He died in the name of justice and self-sacrifice. So hopefully he will find a new way in the afterlife.
I assume
Yeah, speaking of which,
this is said with enough like nudge, nudge, wink, wink, as if to say like everyone knows that he's still alive.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, where's his loot, by the way?
Probably in his room.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I'll
his
go and grab
his
that.
cell. Yeah.
Well, you gave him some better quarters.
Yeah, but they were still like in the dungeons. There was
Oh.
a better cell in the dungeons.
Like house arrest, basically.
Yeah. Fancy cells.
-5 to his diplomacy. Sorry.
You got moved to like the premium wing of the prison.
Yeah, of the dungeon. So, okay, and secondly, Sang, I owe you heartfelt apology for my outburst.
Which one?
The one with the mirror.
What about it?
Well, without you interfering with him, we would not have known that he was already on the way to Neverwinter, as his fleet's presence showed that he very much was closer than expected. So you were right, and I was wrong.
Thank you. You are welcome.
So thank you. Your actions very much saved the city.
Just to be clear, I wasn't doing it to save the city.
No, but nonetheless, as I said, actions have consequences, and in this case, they were good ones.
Is there some
And
kind of
again-
reward?
I was hoping that my heartfelt gratitude and begging for your forgiveness would be more than enough to satisfy you.
I'm satisfied, and I do forgive you. But I need to buy more potions.
Well, yes. Neverwinter's coffers are pretty empty, so hopefully once we hit up Mintarn, we might be able to procure some stuff.
Well,
Also, everyone seems to have bought out all the potions in the city, so there's also that.
that's true. I did buy out a lot of potions.
Yeah. Panic buying. All the toilet rolls gone as well.
What's toilet roll?
Yeah.
It's like this new device to wipe your bum with and occasionally blow your nose with.
Okay.
Not directly after wiping your bum.
Yeah, I mean you can if you want. If that's what you're into.
So,
Layla.
No, it's not.
so then, I can see we have two paths ahead of us. Either we focus on Hoondarrh and head to Mintarn, or
Mintarn.
we go to the
Mintarn.
grandfather tree.
It is Mintarn. I'll drag you to the main map to show you as well. So, yes, you can see Mintarn is down here. And then Skadorak, which is the volcano island just like north of it, is where Hoondarrh actually dwells. But Mintarn is like the closest place, closest free port.
Well, it seems that he will be inactive for a little while at least.
Yeah. He's
Now
also
that
lost his
he's-
entire army.
Yeah.
Do you think we can do the planes
So it
while
depends,
he's on his way back
because
to
obviously
Mintarn?
we don't know how strong he is. Because he did just kind of recover all of his wounds. So
Yeah, but then he didn't immediately attack again. He
no.
flew away, even though that would have been a good opportunity to kill us.
So it's whether or not he is still weak,
Especially
and we
you.
could pursue him immediately and
No.
perhaps kill him easier. Or
I don't know if we can chase him right now because we have no way to get to him.
well,
We
he
could-
has no
might be-
fleet anymore, so we could just sail there, I suppose.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we
he's
could-
still faster than us. So I was thinking we could do the planes first and then, like, I don't know how long they will take, but I mean, it'll probably take him a couple of days to get back to his island.
Yeah, but we could get the jump and we can teleport from Neverwinter to Waterdeep and then get a ship from there, which could speed things up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
could also
bit
just
closer,
attack.
yeah.
You could also just attempt to teleport straight there.
True.
We could just end up in the sea, though. But if we
Well,
use
we could
Barry, you can
teleport
teleport more
nearby.
than once. So.
To the
Yeah, but even
sea-
if we miss, like, we can try teleporting again, and that will be
Hmm.
much more likely to
yeah.
land.
I was going to say, didn't someone say that Hoondarrh's weakness was like his biggest fear was humanity or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes, Pelath said that when you asked about it.
So, when he means humanity, what do we think about that? Like, do we think
Oh, we kill all the Mintarians. I see. Mass genocide.
I mean,
No?
I don't think he'd be afraid of that because he kind of wanted to do that here. So
Maybe you want.
What about-
maybe
what
if
about
we
humans?
incite a revolution on Mintarn, all the people.
I'm assuming
Maybe
he's
his
talking
power
about his
is
fear
people.
is his own like humanity, not like other people's.
Does
But
he
he's
even
not
have any
human.
humanity?
well,
you know he's
I was like in the metaphorical sense, not like in
Yeah, I
the
know what you're
literal
saying, but
sense.
like, does he even have
Yeah.
any of that? Like,
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
or could he be talking about like I don't know something to do with courage or
or maybe it's like, you know how
stubbornness?
humans
think-
are scared of spiders, even though spiders are like really small and weak compared to humans. Maybe he's like scared of humans like that.
I
But-
think the power lies with the people of Mintarn. I think that's what's going on here.
I mean, it sounds like the only way we're gonna get more information about him is to go there.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. If anyone
Well-
wants to roll a quick history check for Mintarn, they can. Or I'll say Dalar and
Rogar would know. He's been
Well-
reading loads.
yeah, if you want to make a roll for Rogar, go for it. Unfortunately, nobody really knows much about Mintarn.
Okay.
Bollocks.
All right. Well, let's have a rest for the night, and we'll reconvene tomorrow and decide on our path going forward. So yeah, night's rest,
Okay.
please, Mr. Smith.
Go for it. You all bed down for the evening, get a good night's sleep, and wake up the next day. Full everything returned to you.
Nice.
So,
Yay! I'm alive.
let's just see to the funeral arrangements then, I suppose.
Mhm.
We'll have like a.
Um,
There'll just be like a mass grave dug for kobolds, and then like, but what's Neverwinter's funeral customs? Are they like cremation or burial?
it doesn't say in the law, so I would,
Throw him down the chasm.
I would imagine it's just like standard standard burial because they have graveyards. So the fact that it has a graveyard would assume that it's a burial system.
Oh yeah, all right. Never Death main graveyard. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll have the troops will be buried in there then.
Along with a few of the sailors that got burned, including poor Salty Joe.
Or sorry, Joey.
R.I.P. Salty Joe.
Is he still in crab form?
There is no form. He got disintegrated by flame.
Oh,
But you know, I think he's still set up a little too.
there's a little crab claw there, just left
Can
over.
we set up?
Yeah.
Can we set up one in Waterdeep as well?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. Oh, can we get a statue of Salty Joe as well?
He was never like a member of the Blades.
He's never a member of the Blades. Yeah.
He was a member to me.
There's a member in your heart.
Exactly. Can we get a statue of a crab in the center?
Yeah.
By Moonstone Mask. How about that? Come on. Statue of a crab. Crab statue.
Got a bit. have any money for a crab statue, Reed.
Yeah,
How much would it be?
This city is broke. It needs to spend money on repairing itself first before we go.
It needs to invest though in itself.
This is not an investment. No one even knows who he is.
Reed
How
can
much would
pay
a crab
for it.
statue be?
It can be as big as you want to like make it, but
Nah, not
the bigger it is, the more money. So
like, I don't know. It's on like a stone plinth, and then there's like a crab.
It should be like the guardian of the harbour, like at Rhodes.
like
you
the
know?
Colossus.
Yeah.
Giant crab.
Giant crab.
I imagine it's this bit here where I'm pinging like this line.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
entire the entire
It's just
crab.
a giant crab.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Nah, it's from here to here.
So we're not doing a
Go
Bravo.
and make it out of solid gold.
We're not turning my city into a Bravo.
No, we're
Can it
turning it
just be a
into
little-
Crabland.
It'd just be a
Right,
little
anyway,
one on
we're
Moonstone
holding-
Mask.
We're holding a funeral.
Okay.
How much would it be?
I'm not
How-
discussing
$1
this.
million gold.
For like a stone plinth and a what? Like a meter by meter crab.
Okay. A meter by meter crab's not massive. I mean, how detailed do you want it to be? How?
Like
you're not-
just made out of stone, like grey stone, so nothing like too fancy, not that detailed.
Okay.
What about a block
That's-
of rock that just says this is a crab on it?
For a crab statue, I don't know, like 500 gold.
Alright, let's do it.
For
Are
a
you
meter
paying
by
for
meter
that?
Statue. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say that day you can go to a local stonemasons and get that.
On
that
the,
sorted.
on the crab.
Who knew his who knew his wellness, who knew his likeness well.
I mean, he's just making a crab, but the guy doesn't know what he's doing. But
Yeah.
crab's a crab.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the end of it. I'll be like, that doesn't look like Salty Joe, mate. Do it again.
Well, it's gonna take him days to make, so you don't know what it is for now.
All right.
But yeah, the mass funeral is held at the Never Death main graveyard. Many people gather. I assume the people would then be returning to the city tomorrow from there, because they all fled and they'll be coming
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Did we get any prisoners, kobold prisoners?
They're all dead.
Yeah, they probably would have all been killed.
Yeah.
Don't know how helpful they
Um,
would have been anyway.
Yeah.
I guess. Tristan steps forward
Mhm.
at the funeral. These men and women of Neverwinter, and those from even further, from Waterdeep, from Luskan, all died together in defense of this city and its people, answering a call that for some of them was not their own. We will remember their sacrifice for the freedom and security of this city, and beyond them, knowing that this is but the first blow in a far greater war, and their sacrifice enabled the forces of good and light on this continent to strike against that of darkness. May Torm and his light guide them to their place of rest.
Yeah, warriors will draw their swords in salute. Everyone sort of slowly peters off. Obviously, the family members would sort of stick around a little bit longer. Arlon will approach you during the just afterwards. Well said, King Tristan.
Thank you, Arlen.
What are your plans going forward?
We have two options to us. This war needs to end, and we will end it. Either we go after Hoondarrh now, attack him in his own lair, and put him down like the dog that he is, or we venture into the grandfather tree to retrieve artifacts of the First Age to deal with his master.
The choice is yours, of course, but so long as Hoondarrh is out there, the city could be at risk.
Indeed. We'll make a choice, and we'll call a council to deliberate on our next path forward. Both have pros and cons. Either way, but today, we celebrate a victory, and we deliberate on further victories to come. Thank you for standing by me.
Of course. He will head off over to the Grey Cloaks.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I'll say to Tristan, to be fair, I think it makes sense for the remaining 4 cannons to just stay at Castle Never. You can have them as a defense, because the city will need it more than the Blades of Drrust.
You sure?
Yeah. What are 4 cannons going to do on a ship, really? They might as well stay here in case it's attacked again.
I appreciate that, Reed. Thank you.
And I mean, you would know, like, cannons are a rarity in this world. So, like, it's not like they're going to be going up against other ships with cannons if there were to be a ship-on-ship fight. Well, they might, but it would be very rare. Very unlikely.
Yeah, I've got a job for Captain Arameus.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's make our way back to the castle, and we'll summon a war council once again into the throne room.
All the usual faces, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have any word from Paige? Not Paige, sorry. Sabine.
She has not arrived yet.
Right.
Do you want to get Mordai to message her?
Yes.
He'll send a quick message and respond and say, Sabine and her forces are returning now. They are still a few days away. I've let them know that the battle's over, but they're returning nonetheless. Apparently, there was not too much going on at Long Saddle. My theory is that perhaps it was simply to lure our troops away and try and weaken our defenses for Hoondarrh.
Yes, that would make sense. But we managed to uphold both our requests as a member of the Lord's Alliance and defeat Hoondarrh, so I only see from this their scheme has failed completely.
Yes, of course. Well done, by the way, defeating the dragon. I didn't see much of what was going on. It all happened up in the sky, but I'm sure it was a difficult fight.
Most of that credit will belong to Dalar and Sang, of course. By the way, Hoondarrh got back up, and he needs to be put down. Permanently.
Miriam will say, I agree. I believe he is the greatest threat to us right now. The Shadow King may be coming soon, but Hoondarrh could come at any moment. We just don't know enough right now. I think
No.
we need to find out more before we make any concrete decisions.
Well, in my research on the dragons, I got a lot of information on Hoondarrh. He is the most well-known. And nowhere in my research was it mentioned that he has the ability to regenerate grievous wounds and in fact come back from the dead like he did. Sang has said that there was no detection of either radiant nor necrotic energies around it. It wasn't like me or you bringing someone back from the dead, Marion, nor was it like a necromancer raising someone's corpse.
Well, just to be clear, I wouldn't really be able to tell that. It's not really my area of expertise.
There was no one near him for a radiant or a cleric of any kind to be able to resurrect him. We have to be touching them in order to do so. And you said that there was no corpse decay, and he seemed just like he was.
As far as I could tell, he didn't really speak much.
So we're dealing with something perhaps Shadow King linked, or either that, or there's something back in his home keeping him alive. He is an old dragon with access to a lot of things, so it could be anything. Perhaps it is worth looking into research of resurrection or death prevention.
Yes, the library is at your disposal if you do wish to go and research such things.
Yes, that's what perhaps we do first.
Well,
Find some
How
clues
much-
into how we can permanently put him down.
How much time of the 60 days have we used up?
Great point. Let me check the calendar. I believe you're close to 30. So you're close to halfway
Yeah,
through.
I don't know.
It's-
Like, can we have someone else like look into that while we like do
yeah.
other stuff?
It's the 25th of Hammer, so it's 25th of January today. So you're close to the halfway mark.
Also, like, would the Shadow King show up as soon as we kill Hoondarrh? Like, actually kill
No,
him?
because we'd need to go to his realm, because that's what we need to get the dragons for, because they all have the shard, don't they?
Yeah, and we need to combine them all so we can access access his pocket dimension.
You know that the Shadow King himself won't be in there because you saw him in the Shadowfell.
But his phylactery might be.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, how long would you say, if you were to estimate, like, what would you say it would take to do one of the planes of existence?
You would have no idea.
Yeah,
Would it
okay.
count as normal
Can't tell us
days,
that.
or once we go into the plane of existence, is it like a timeless area?
Again, you'd have to do your research.
I mean, Hoondarrh's already flown off. We have no idea where he is or anything, so
Well, we can
it's not like we can.
kind
just
of say
wait
for certain
around.
that he's gone back to his lair.
He certainly took off in a south direction.
It'd be very
Yeah,
strange.
I think we
if
should go for the grandfather tree. Personally, I think we need to get this stuff done soon.
I mean, I kind of think we should go after Hoondarrh straight away because we don't know how long it will take to do the other stuff. And while we know that he's on his way back to his lair now, at least we can assume that, we don't know if he's going to stay there for sure, or maybe he'll become more powerful, or he could do something, you know, in the meantime.
I have.
But, I mean, we
Considered
just don't know
this.
if we can fully kill him.
Well, exactly. But then the only way I think we're really going to get more information about him is by going to Mintarn. Because otherwise, I think, you know, we would have been able, we would have been able to get more information otherwise.
I have considered these options. Both have pros and cons to them. And Marion raises a good point, and so did Arlon, is that whilst we know Hoondarrh is here on the mortal plane, the Shadow King currently is not, we still have time. If we can put Hoondarrh down, that is our biggest threat, and leaves us with the ability to go into the other realms without having to worry about Hoondarrh returning to either Neverwinter or somewhere else.
Yeah, I think I'll have to agree that Hoondarrh is the urgent threat currently.
Miriam will speak up again and just say, I at least think we should try and figure out how to kill him as soon as possible. At least
Yeah.
get some more knowledge. We can change our decision from there, but that should be our
Well,
first priority, in my opinion.
At the very least, then, couldn't you try and do some research here about that while we travel to Mintarn and investigate there, and then when you learn something, you can always message us.
We can try. I feel like Mintarn would be the place to learn the most anyway, though. So anything we could learn here, we could probably learn there.
Yes, when I was originally researching, I went through most of Waterdeep's archives, and if Waterdeep does not have much more else, I doubt Neverwinter's will either. Hoondarrh has not particularly left his volcano for hundreds of years. The people of Mintarn and its archives will most likely have the best selection of research available for all of us.
Well, in that case,
We
sounds
still
like
need
we
to-
need nowhere to go.
We still need to find actual elements in order to go to the certain planes of existence,
We
don't we?
don't. No, we
Really?
have this
That's-
access to the grandfather tree, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you'd go to the grandfather tree instead of trying to get all those elements.
Because we have
Okay.
access to the grandfather tree because we are friends of the Ulfgarth tribe when we saved them from the paladins of
Oh yeah.
the storm god, basically.
Yeah. Obviously, they are probably a different sect of the Uthgarts, but you assume
We have the
that-
amulet. So
Yeah, you assume that as long as those two tribes are friendly, then you should be good.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Indeed.
And the only thing is, like, if like we saw him flying south, but we don't actually know for certain that he's gone back. So if we go all the way to Mintarn and he just turns around and comes back and attacks Neverwinter,
Um,
Uh,
Mordai will speak up and say, at the very least, I can message you and communicate with you so long as you're on this plane of existence. If you're not, then I won't be able to contact you about any other attacks. It was lucky you didn't go already, to be honest. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to contact you at all.
okay, yeah, Mintarn seems like the best option then.
yeah, we deal with Hoondarrh,
Mhm.
then we deal with the plains.
Rogar will say, do you want me to try and teleport you then? Or do you want to get that Barry guy?
Maybe we'll get Barry. You come with us,
Can
Rogar,
we have-
but you can
can we have
save and
both? Like-
teleport. Yeah.
Like we can have Rogar do the
Then
first one, like
goes
and
wrong.
bring us all,
Yeah.
and then he can use his other one to teleport like wherever he's going, like Draconia or whatever. And then Barry can have a greater chance of getting us onto the place.
Yeah. And we've got more chances as well.
Mhm.
Is that
Right.
that's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
just
in that
basically
case,
said-
then,
Yeah, but
let us.
it's also because we're closer, so it's less error.
Let us take a couple of hours then. I have a few things to deal with the city, and then we'll teleport to Waterdeep. And then from Waterdeep, well,
Are we
that's
going Wardy?
where we're getting Barry, no?
Woody? No, he's here.
No,
He's not.
no, Barry is in Waterdeep.
Oh, we're
Oh.
getting
So
to come to us.
Yeah,
Waterdeep, well, Waterdeep is closer to Mintarn, so
I mean, that doesn't really matter too much, I don't think.
I thought it affected the roll depending on how far you are.
No, it's not distance. It's
Ah.
familiarity that affects the roll. And
Ah.
neither Rogard nor Barry have any familiarity, so it will be the same roll either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, still take a couple of hours just to sort of, because I want a few sort a few things out with the city.
Could I have done a hero's feast last night?
You didn't say so, and I will
We just
say
kind of split, to be fair, we
in-
just kind of split off.
yeah,
went to
in this
sleep.
instance,
sorry.
no. But if you want to have one this morning,
Hmm.
We are going today, aren't we? So I guess we might as well.
Go on then.
Hero's
Okay.
lunch.
yes. So we'll say 1 hour of that 2 hours was is spent having a hero's lunch.
Yay!
Flatbreads, I assume.
Yes,
Of course.
A well-known Neverwinter delicacy, apparently.
Yeah.
No steak though. No steak.
Yes,
with
no,
flatbread.
No
no,
steak,
Too
no
chewy.
steak.
Too
Nah.
true.
Um,
And then yeah,
okay.
I'll leave you for last, Tristan, because you've obviously got ideas. But of the other three of you, anything you want to do before you set off or summon Barry?
I'll be picking up the loot.
Mhm.
So I'll just go to the cells, ask the guards and stuff for the loot.
Yeah,
Look
they
around
can
for it.
hand it over to you easily enough.
I want to go
Nice.
and see if they have another speed potion.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll me a D100. It's going to have to be quite a high roll.
Nice.
As nice as it is, unfortunately, it's not high enough.
Okay.
And they'll say, well, yeah, we're out of speed potions.
What about
unfortunately."
flying potion?
Again, roll me a D100. See if they've got any in. Yes, they will have. They will have flying potions.
Okay, how much is one of them, please?
I believe they were 1,100.
Okay, I can afford another one. I'm almost broke. But now I've got 2 flying potions and 1 speed potion left. Okay. Well, that will have to do.
Yeah, it's enough for a big fight.
Yep. Hopefully the only big fight.
Dela, anything you want to do?
Don't think so. I mean, I guess go to like the library and look up information about Mintarn, you know, just to get like any general idea.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check, seeing as you're not here for too long, so it's like what you can get during that time. Awesome. So you learn that Mintarn is a place that sort of welcomes those who are fleeing from the law, and is often neutral ground for conflicting parties. Mintarn's the kind of place where they ask no questions and turn no one away. You gather a big reason for this is that, in your research, is that Hoondarrh offers, well, he asks for like a tribute every year, a certain amount of gold, and so Mintarn just sort of takes as much as it can get. It's also famous for its mercenaries, which are another source of income for the island. Lord Daggalt even hired them during his time as ruler of both Waterdeep and Neverwinter.
Oh yeah, I forgot he ruled Neverwinter. He ruled Waterdeep for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Any good tourist spots?
Yes, there is a famous tavern called the Tarnian, which is yeah,
Guess
a
we'll
very
be
famous
staying there.
spot.
Guys, I found a great place.
Airbnb.
What's its Trustpilot reviews?
I was gonna say it's got 4.5 stars, pretty decent.
Actually, why is it famous first? might be famous for like
The
robbing
wrong
people.
reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Infamous rather than famous.
It's famous for its locally brewed lager called Tarnian, and you actually know you serve it in your tavern back in Waterdeep. It's like a
Wow.
very famous brew all across the Sword Coast, and it's actually brewed in Mintarn.
Fair play.
And this tavern's like the OG tavern that served it.
Cool. I don't drink, so I don't care.
Kind of ironic that you were running a tavern then.
It was an original, like, mercenary companies got to make a bit of money on the side, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't
can
run it anymore. Reed runs it.
Can I speak to Arameus?
Yes, you can find Captain Arameus. You see Fabian's there as well. He's been like
Can I check on Fabian? That's the reason I'm there.
Yeah, he's been all healed up now. And as you
Wow.
approach, Arameus will say, "Mr. Reed, sir, what
Yes,
be you needing this for?"
How's Fabian, first off?
Fabian will say, "I'm quite all right. Thank you, Reed. Almost died to that dragon. Luck of the gods saved me, I suppose."
I see. I've got a job for you guys. What say you for a little adventure?
Aye, we always be up for adventure, depending on what kind of. If you're asking us to go and hunt down that dragon, I'll be saying nay to that one. But,
Very well. It's more about the procurement of more cannons, as we seem to have lost all of ours, or the majority during the
yes.
battle.
we could certainly sail down to the Nolantha Isles and see if we can pick up a few.
Yeah.
They
It's
are
one of
rather
those-
expensive, but we could haggle some prices down, perhaps. Maybe steal some.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking if you could either steal them, or steal a person that knows how to make them, and we can set up a shop in Waterdeep.
We can see what we can find. It's
Yeah.
I think it's about 3 weeks sail down there, so it'll take some time. But we
Yeah.
can do that.
Well, here's some gold, and see if you can either buy, hire someone to come to Waterdeep with us, or if you need just to buy some cannon prototypes or whatever. And I'll give him 1,500 gold.
Cannons be quite expensive. We could maybe get 1 or 2 cannons for this much money, but no more.
Okay.
But like we say, I'm no stranger to a little illicit activity. We could try and steal some.
Yeah, I'll give you 1,500. Go to Waterdeep. Have a chat with Captain. What is it? Xanathar?
Zarden.
Zarden, sorry.
Close.
Yeah. And try and get take 1,750 out of the bar, the tavern. So that's 2,000, 3,000 gold, near enough.
Do you have like a signature or a seal you can give us so we can show
Yeah.
it to this Zarden man?
I'll give him a letter, and I'll send a message to Captain.
Oh yeah, that works as well.
Yeah. Can I also send a message to Emmerich?
Yeah.
And be like, Emmerich, do you want a 3-week adventure to the Nolantha Isles?
Is that's the full message?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, honestly, I've got nothing better to do right now, so sure.
Nice.
I had a bit of an uncomfortable night sleeping under this hedgerow, but sure. Does this mean I have to come all the way back to Neverwinter?
Can you go to the map and I'll find a place, and then I'll ask Captain
I mean-
Aramis to pick him up.
Yeah, he's probably not gone far.
Yeah. You think that? He's just down the road, basically.
Pretty much, he's like there.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, get to the edge, and there'll be a ship on the horizon in
Gets the coast, yeah.
in 8 hours. It's called the Shan's Revenge. It has black sails, right?
Yeah, unless you change them.
Yeah.
I don't think we did, no.
Well, in that
Okay.
case, they would. Well, no, actually, I assume you would have changed them because they had like the black skull logo on
I don't remember us changing them at all.
them. The black skulls would not have been happy with you sailing around
Yeah.
with
I
their.
suppose
with
we
their-
probably
with
would
their
have
sails.
removed that.
Maybe we would have put our company logo on.
Like I said, I thought you put the
Oh,
company
maybe
logo on.
we might have done that, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Which,
don't remember the conversation, but I don't think it would have been like much thought. We probably would have like, oh, shall we put it on? Yeah, okay.
I actually do remember the conversation because we spent ages coming up with the company logo that I've forgotten what it was.
Oh,
I
was-
have it saved.
okay.
It's like
It's,
basically
it's-
it's like all our
it's-
weapons.
It's white
Yeah.
swords and a royal blue background.
Yes. Hey, same
So we'll
colours as
have that
Neverwinter.
Yeah.
So,
So
you
I'll
just
just-
let them know that.
I'll let him know that. and I'll tell Captain Arameus, can you pick up this guy on the way? Would they know who Emmerich is?
They would, because he came with
Yeah.
us before.
He was.
Oh yeah,
the,
because they were with us.
Yeah,
like-
Arameus and was under the employ of Emmerich when you first met him.
Can I
Okay.
suggest a fake name?
Do they know
They
him?
know who he is.
They recognize him.
Yeah, and they don't really know much about the goings on in Neverwinter. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be like,
Also, Arameus wouldn't
I'll
care
make
anyway.
I'll make Arameus aware, saying he's a friend. He's an
Oh, we know Emmerich. He was
Yeah, he's-
our old boss.
yeah. Keep it on the down low. Don't tell anyone that he's there with you. He's supposed to be dead.
Very well.
All right.
Go and get the ship ready to set sail.
Love
Okay.
that. Originally, we started out, we were working for Emmerich, and now the tables have turned and Emmerich's working for us.
Now the turntable. So I guess that means you're sailing down toward it then, rather than teleporting.
Yeah. I'll tell Emmerich they are heading toward it, so
No, we're
Keep-
teleporting,
lay
aren't we?
low.
They're sailing.
Yeah, we're teleporting. Yeah, they're
Okay.
sailing.
Yeah, they're sailing, but that he should keep.
Alright.
He shouldn't get off the ship. He should just stay in the ship.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, it's going to take them
So-
a few days to get down to Waterdeep, by the way. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
more than a few.
I mean,
Yeah.
we don't care about that. They're on their own mission, aren't they? So.
Yeah, that's fine. They're just doing their own thing.
Cool.
Oh, actually, they didn't fit it. Did they fit it with ballistas?
Probably not
something about
here, but I think they would in Waterdeep because
Alright,
probably is more better equipped to.
I was
to
gonna
give
say, yeah,
them
when you
that.
look at Waterdeep port
Yeah.
in comparison to
Yeah.
to Neverwinter.
I'll ask the captain. I'll let him know that Captain Arameus is on his way to collect money. Also, can you prepare some ballistas to be fitted on the ship?
Yeah, Captain Zardan will reply and say, "I will see what I can find for you. Good read." So Tristan, what did you want to do before you leave?
Just like tidying up the last couple of details with Neverwinter. Call the council, of course. If there's any NPCs that have matters of state to discuss.
There are not. I think I've discussed them all as much as I can. I mean, obviously, like Hector Margast is still waiting on an answer.
Oh yeah, but he knows what my answer is, which is wait.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But obviously,
Yeah.
he's waiting.
Yeah.
So, and you might not wait around forever.
Yeah, I know, but at the end of the day, for Tristan,
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So he'll say, you know, okay. In terms of rebuilding, obviously the docks need to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
He's also going to suggest to Mordhai about reverse engineering cannons. Neverwinter is already, we've already got our handheld repeater crossbows. Potentially looking at a new industry in the city, seeing as we are in desperate need of income.
Mordai will suggest hiring an expert, because there are none really in Waterdeep. Certainly no gunpowder experts that would be able to make cannons. Again, cannons aren't really a thing on the Sword Coast itself yet. They're more of an Elantha
Oh.
Owls type of thing.
Maybe they will be, because we have 4. So yeah, we'll say that as like an economic project for the city to kickstart some industry.
Okay.
Make sure everyone gets settled back in. Yeah. Is Zardo Zord there?
I was about, yeah, he was going to come to you anyway, but yes.
Yeah, well,
Zara's
I'd say
will come to you.
I'd summon him to the throne room because obviously we've got the council there anyway.
He will say, Tristan, your grace. Sorry if some of my my colleagues caused a bit of ruckus last night. They were high on adrenaline, as you can imagine, after the fight.
Kind of like raise an eyebrow at that and kind of look over at like my commander, the guy like Arlon and stuff. Do we have any reports of that?
Arlon shrugs. Murphy says, "Oh, there were a few bar fights down in the docks ward. Of course, no one was really there. Of course, it's mainly just between the Luskans and our own forces. No deaths or anything, but definitely a bit of the bad blood between our cities isn't just going to go away overnight."
No, of course not. But no deaths, so no need to worry. That's all right. In terms of the stipulations of our treaty, I'm more than satisfied, as King of Neverwinter, that you upheld your part of the bargain. given the last-minute arrangements of the attack. Hoondarrh is still alive, of course, so he needs putting down before his horde can be accessed.
I put my
How
faith
therefore-
in you.
Very well. If it would please you, then I will. If we do manage to defeat this dragon and his horde is claimed, I guess I will bring your share back with mine, and you can be granted it.
Splendid. I do know that I do have I have my spies here and there, and if after a while I hear that you've returned and haven't given me my gold, it wouldn't be the first time. I'll come a knocking.
There's no need to worry about that. I'm not just a mercenary these days. I have a reputation and a city to uphold.
I can see. Well, me and my army will leave your city. Good luck with the rebuilding, and if you need me, you know where to find me.
Thank you very much, and safe travels.
He will bow and exit.
I'll turn to my council. Relationships with Luskan begin and end with that man there. So far, so good, I would say.
Yes, not too bad, Your Grace.
Right, so, once again, I have a dragon to chase down. It's going to be an interesting couple of pages in a chronicle, I'm sure, at some point.
Yes, I'm sure the tales of your life will make it quite the bestseller.
Yeah, someone should be documenting the battle. What happened?
I'm pretty sure someone already is.
What it is,
Do we know?
I have a few scholars that can document the battle, but I mean, the only person who can really write about your entire life would be yourselves. Are there any scholars among you?
No.
Rogar?
Virgo, I suppose.
I struggle to write at the best of times.
Well, I can read and write, so it's fine.
I have no interest in anything like this.
You're a bard, right? I know you like sing songs and stuff. Would you like write songs or write stories about us?
Yeah, I've been doing it this entire time, mate.
Oh, have you? Nice.
What's happening in Longsaddle, Tristan?
So, Longsaddle's secure. It was a feint. Sabina's on her way back. Yes. The matter of Emmerich Raventree. He offered his sword in defense of the city and died during the defense of the city. That matter and that chapter is now closed.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Can I
It's
weigh
not very
in?
interesting thing.
Can I say, yes, I saw the helmet. I saw him fall in battle myself. It is a tragedy. It's good that he died defending this great city.
Sure. You can make a deception check as well.
Yeah.
Everyone seems
So I
to.
back up basically what Tristan said.
And
Honestly. Well, I guess that solves one problem. Should we go and tell the Margasters who have been wanting his head?
yes, he is dead, and it is time to move forward. Yes, Daggalt. Did he create any problems during my original absence?
He kept asking for a position on the council, but I kept refusing. He is currently holed up in the Protectors Enclave. Hasn't really caused too much problems, though.
We'll keep it that way. He'll be dealt with once I'm fully installed. With that, again, I believe that concludes all business in the city. Get the people settled back in. And I'll take my crown off. And I'll hand it back to Arlon. To Mintarn, then.
Don't you want to keep
Okay.
that for the fire resistance if we're going after the dragon again?
I feel like my crown may attract a bit of attention in...
I mean, you don't have to wear it all the time. You can just like
You can put a hat on.
you can you can remain attuned to it, but just like keep it in your bag or something.
Oh, it returns to Neverwinter if the wearer dies, right?
You don't know.
Or something like that. I'd rather not lose the crown. We went through so much effort to get it.
Up to you.
Also, I would say you would have to have it on your head if you wanted to be attuned to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Then.
Yeah, so I'll just give it back to Arlon because I'd rather not draw that attention. I'm sure I can just grab a couple of fire resistance potions in Mintarn anyway.
So do you message Barry, or do you want to get Rogar's teleport you towards you?
I think Barry.
I mean, well, it'd be probably faster just to have Rogar teleport us to Waterdeep.
Okay, so Rogar will teleport you guys to Waterdeep. Do you want to teleport you straight to the castle or to the tavern?
Castle.
Okay.
Because need to report to Lyrol as well. Oh, Patrick, in which case I will be taking my spell shield back with me again.
Yep, you arrive back at the castle. You can go and do what you will.
Okay, well, I'll go talk to Lyrol and the Black Staff.
Okay.
What do the others want to do?
Oh, I'd like to go to the tavern actually and drop off the loot and give it to Captain to give to Arameus to give to someone.
Yep, gotcha. That's easily done. Tristan, I guess you just sort of like letting them know what's up.
Yeah, sort of, we won, but he got back up, so we're going to go finish the job.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'll say, yeah, easy enough to just inform them of goings on, and they will just wish you the best. They obviously sort of already knew a bunch of that from Mordai's message the night before. But yeah, that's all sorted. You can then meet up with Barry. Everyone can gather with him, and then he can attempt to teleport you guys to Mintarn. Or do you want Rogar to use his first, or...?
Well, it would be Rogar's second. Oh wait, it'd be his second spell slot, so he would then have to come with us. So
He would, but yeah.
I mean, that'll be fine.
Yeah, bring Rogar along.
You can always teleport again. It's not like he's not gonna be able to leave if he wants to, because he'll just rest somewhere for a night and then he can teleport again if he wants to.
Oh, we're taking Marion with us, right?
Yeah. I thought
Okay.
so.
Yes. Well, yeah. In that case, we'll say Marion came with you
She did say she wanted to come.
from the get-go. Yeah, she did.
What about
Marion
Paige
and
and
Rogar.
the other one?
Paige and Aaliyah would be heading back north.
Okay.
How exciting! Neverwinter secured from the north and the south. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Can somebody roll me a D100, please?
Sure.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you to it. Yeah. Oh shit.
Damn it.
Oh fuck.
both equally bad. That first one's definitely going to be a fail. So that was, we'll say, Rogar's last one. You've then got 3 attempts from Barry. So somebody
What
else.
the next one?
Roll me the next one.
Go on then, I'll do it. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Another failure.
is it my turn?
Yeah, we'll say all these times you just like teleporting into the middle of the ocean.
What, like splashed?
Yeah,
Slightly better.
yeah, you just keep teleporting into the middle of the ocean, but nowhere near what you need. This is Barry's last spell slot, by the way.
Oh my god.
Who's doing it?
Sure. I think Tristan should do it.
I agree.
So
let
we
me-
can blame him.
let me- yeah. Yay!
It was a 74 that you needed.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh.
So on an 80, you do in fact go to
That was
Mintarn.
lucky. That was
let
so
me-
lucky.
Yeah, let me just.
We'll literally
mean-
we'll see Captain Arameus in the ship.
Yeah, one
Right.
time.
Can we get a lift?
Yeah, I assume what you'd have to do in that scenario is just go into Reed's mansion and hide out there for a day while everyone rests, but that still burns a day.
Nah, mate, we're doing a Galadriel. We're fucking swimming there.
I can swim an entire ocean.
Yeah.
So, you arrive in the port of Mintarn. It is a beautiful town on a beautiful island, home to all manner of folk, mostly humans, but with a good few merfolk traders among. These being humanoids with very tanned skin, webbed feet and hands, and you see a few of them swimming in the water. And when in the water, they appear to have fish-like tails. With gills along their necks, they are tall and fair, choosing to wear only that which is necessary to be allowed into land society. As for the local human population here, many seem unsavory on the surface, though there is no sign of aggression or threat here. Instead, the people laugh and seem generally amicable. looking around like the stalls in the market, fine wooden furniture and instruments are sold here, including an instrument known as the two-string. Driven along in carts, there are oysters in abundance, as well as other exotic seafood. Along the coast,
Any crabs?
Yeah, crabs are there, oysters are there.
Smash with Soda Joe.
Yeah.
Sad
Sheds
They were
tear.
Yeah.
First emotion Daylar's ever shown.
Looking at the harbour itself, you see a navy of ships with white sails, all in perfect order, are anchored here, overlooking the rippling light on the surface of this bright blue ocean. As you walk, you see a few pirates, and you even recognize a few as members of the Black Skull clan, the clan you had a run-in with, and you stole their flagship and bombarded their docks a while ago.
Uh-oh.
Sangy, you
kill
wouldn't
them
know
under the
anything about
bridge.
this.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I mean, you killed a bunch of them, but like they're a big clan.
Oh.
They weren't just set in that one specific island. And also, you didn't kill all of them. You just bombarded the docks and then ran away.
I bet there's
And I'll
plenty
say,
of people here who would pay to have someone assassinated.
Considering the time of year, you've just gone from the relative cold of the north down to the south, where, I mean, it's still January, so it's still cold, but it's much warmer than it was, to be sure. What would you like to do now that you have arrived in this
I guess Barry's stuck with us for now, isn't he?
this port? Yes, Barry is stuck with you. Barry will say, I don't really know what you guys are planning. I'm not really much of a fighter, so I might just find a tavern and hide out there.
Planning to kill a dragon,
Well,
Barry.
You're a
can
bit
come
of a
with us.
researcher, aren't you? You're a bit of a researcher, though, Barry.
Well, yeah, but I doubt there's a library here that's gonna satisfy my knowledge.
I mean, we need to discuss. Oh, here's a challenge for you. You see, we slew, Sang and Dalar and Reed slew Hoondarrh, above the skies of Neverwinter. However, he then just got back up. And when I did my research in Waterdeep, I couldn't find any hints about in anything about him, about his ability to just regenerate from death.
Well, I don't really know much about that. I mean, I suppose there could be like artifacts or something magical about him. I don't really see this place having much information books-wise, but you may be able to learn something by speaking to people. Again, that's very much not my area of expertise.
You could have come up with a new thesis, you see, there. Dragon regeneration or something.
Well, yeah, I believe that is what's going on, but the question is why and how.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can still do your research. You can still do a survey. You know, in the street. You
No,
get
no,
people to
not
do a
again.
multiple choice.
I'm more of the guy behind the desk who gets like the lackeys to do that for him.
All right then.
Yeah, fair enough.
In that case,
So, I'm gonna find a tavern. You guys, let me know if you need me for anything.
we should probably also find a tavern. That's the good place to ask people
Well.
about stuff.
Let's go
What
to
was
the
that place
fancy
called
tavern.
again?
What was the tavern called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Tarnian.
Tarnian. And they have their
Let's-
special ale called
Let's ask
Tarnian.
someone for directions then.
Yeah, going up to. Do you want to go up to one of the merfolk? We'll say there's like people just like sat playing chess outside in this nice warm day. Various market stalls you could go up to.
Let's ask one of the chess players.
Okay. You head over. They look like pretty gruff blokes, but there's obviously some intelligence to them. What do you say as you approach?
Greetings.
Just look up at you.
Could you direct us to the... Oh no, I've forgotten it already. What's it called?
Tarnian.
The
Tarnian.
Tarnian Tavern, please.
Yep, it's just right down there. If you head this way, head over the bridge, and it'll just be along your right hand side. You can't miss it.
Thank you very much.
Could I ask for a game of chess?
Oh no.
I'll tell them. You guys go on without me. I'll play a quick game.
So they'll say, well, let us just finish this one. Do you want to play the winner?
Yeah, I'll play.
Okay, so Reed, you sit and watch the rest of their game. While you're doing this, the rest of you head over to the Tarnian, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Heading in, you see they have their famous Tarnian brew on tap. They also have something you've never seen before: green wine. Is being served, and it seems to be like ice cold. Like the glass has like a little bit of frost over it, keep it cool. Other delicacies here include some almond brandy and some best old Mintarn whiskey. Here you see, again, mostly humans, a few merfolk here and there, even a few dwarves are up in the corner.
Ovka, is that you?
Racist. Definitely not Ulfgar.
Well, where shall we start, chaps?
The bar.
The bar. All right.
To the
Well,
bar.
I have got my my belt of dwarvenkind, which allows me to get some benefit. I can speak dwarvish, so I could always talk to some dwarves if we need to be.
Well, heading up to the bar, the bartender is there. Looks sort of like an older man in his 50s, bit gruff, bit grizzled. I mean, glancing around, I'll say make a perception check, all three of you. Tristan with disadvantage.
Disadvantage on perception.
Yeah, just for this one.
Okay.
I mean, the other two have rolled high enough, so they'll know. Sangdela, having a little glance around, you see most of these people here do seem like the unsavory sort. They're well equipped for a fight. Sang, I'll even say you recognize a couple of people just across the tavern as like bounty hunters that you've seen before, and you imagine there's probably quite a few people in this tavern, or at least in this this town, who are bounty hunters.
If I recognise them, would they recognise me?
Potentially. I'll say, do you want to try and hide yourself?
No. I want to see if
They might not necessarily recognize you.
they might have information. Who knows? But
Whenever you would go to like pick up contracts and stuff, would you be wearing like your mask? 'Cause I know
Yes.
you in that case, they probably wouldn't recognize you.
and disguising myself would make it more obvious, because then they'd be like,
Yeah, putting the mask on would reveal yourself. So yeah, I'll say for now they don't recognize you. If they maybe like picked up and heard your voice, perhaps then they might.
I'll keep an eye on them
them
though, because I might want to talk to one of them later or something.
Yeah, both humans, a male and a female. We'll say you've seen them at like bounty boards before, and you've been like picked up the same contracts in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go up to the bar. You can go up to the dwarves. What do you want to do?
I want to go to the bar.
He's like wiping down the bar. Says, "Yes, what can I get you?"
I'll have a glass of that green stuff.
Ah, the green wine. It is an acquired taste, but certainly it's not something you want to miss. I assume you're new here, as he like uncorks the bottle.
Yes, first time.
Well, good luck drinking this. And he pours you a glass. Are the other Dela, Tristan, you with Sang?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. I'll go over to the dwarves.
Okay, in that case, he'll go over to Dela and say, "Would you like a glass as well?"
I'll try some of that whiskey.
Yeah, the safer choice, to be sure. We'll pour you a glass of whiskey. Sang, as you have this first sip, it tastes incredibly sharp, like nothing you've ever had. It's almost like very acidic, very sweet, very sour, and yet it does have a nice aftertaste. The taste itself isn't great, but you find yourself surprisingly like, oh, it's okay. It's very strong though. You reckon, even with your Constitution modifier, after a few of these, you'd be smashed.
Oh, just the one's fine.
Yeah. And Dela, the whiskey is good, very good whiskey.
This is whiskey.
This
Thanks,
is in
Dela.
fact whiskey.
Very smooth.
Tristan, you wander up to these two dwarves. You see they have like black beards, black hair. They look sort of to be in their 60s, which would be like the human equivalent of their 30s. And they just like sat chatting with a mug of ale each.
Can I go up to them and speak in dwarvish?
Yes, you can.
And can I just ask them if I could join them?
Oh yeah, so earlier when we were like deciding what we were gonna do and stuff, I was looking at the dungeon thing, and I noticed there was a tankard of sobriety. So whatever alcohol you put in it, you can drink it and you don't get drunk. So I was thinking Adam would benefit from that probably.
Yeah.
Basically turns every drink non-alcoholic.
Should I get one?
I mean, they don't necessarily have one here. Also, Tristan wouldn't be used to the taste of alcohol, so he'd probably still find it disgusting.
Yeah. Well, no, to be fair, he used to drink before he died.
True. Well remembered.
You'd become a
Um,
drunkard again.
I'll say make a persuasion check with advantage because they are dwarves.
I think I get, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's advantage on checks when you're speaking to dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll say, sure, take a seat. What's your name?
My name's Tristan. Pleasure to meet you both. What are yours?
Tristan. My name's Darvos, and this is my brother Dargan.
Ah, good to meet you. I'm new in town, as you can probably tell. So,
Hey,
What's-
you look like a bit of an outsider.
what was it? The shining golden plate armor that gave it away.
That and your very fine golden hair.
Ah, yes. Well, yeah, that'll do
Nobody's
it.
quite as well groomed as you are here.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll change. Give it a few days.
But, what can we do for you?
I was just wondering, what can you tell me about the place? You know.
Well, Mintarn is a place that welcomes all people. So even if you do look like you, no one will treat you any different. It's a nice place to get away from everywhere else. Yeah, the place itself is a bustling hub of trade. That's why me and my brother are here. We have a business selling fine armor, and honestly, most of the clientele here can't really afford our enchanted stuff. But you look like a man of wealth. Perhaps you could, well, if you want to come by the shop.
Yeah, my armor currently suits me well. However, this armor does belong to a different group, so I may be in need of replacement at some point.
Dargan goes up to your armor and just like starts like tapping it with like a little chisel, just like testing it for wear and tear. So, hey, this is good stuff. Clearly enchanted, but me and my brother can do better.
That's interesting. I might have to take you up on that.
Davos will say, our armor is dark steel, so it might not fit with your aesthetic, but it'll definitely keep you more protected than what you're currently wearing.
That's interesting. No. That's good to know. Yeah. Where is your shop?
Well, we have a store in town. Honestly, we don't really sell much of the good stuff there. If you want to come up to our forge, which is up in the mountain, and like gesture, you would have seen a small mountain in the middle of the island. It says that's where we're based. We are the Iron Star Dwarves at your service.
The Iron Star Dwarves. Good, excellent. I should give you my full name. Yes, Tristan Alagonda, as yours, of course. Family names are important. This is a bit off topic, but I hear tell of the Red Dragon looming over this island.
Aye, yes, Hoondarrh has loomed over this place for 600 years or so now. Ever since he killed the last Red Rage. He does, of course, levy a high tax on this place, made even higher with every failed attempt on his life, and every time we try and not give him as much as we should. In fact, it was only a few years ago that he came and burned down a bunch of the watchtowers just to sort of prove a point, I suppose. Yes, he's certainly a threat, but the tyrant of the city keeps a good eye on him.
What about this tyrant of the city then?
When I say tyrant, that's just sort of the title here. I'm not quite sure why myself. Me and my brother, we're not from here originally. We just came here to mine the iron. It's called a tyrancy, I believe. And
okay, it's interesting.
Yes, not quite sure why it's called a tyrant, but I suppose the person in charge of the city has to be able to bend the rules a little bit in order to get as much gold and trade as possible, in order to sate the dragon's desire. So they can't be too judgy about official rules and stuff. Anything that can get them gold, they'll take it.
I see. That's interesting. Thank you.
Her name is Beth. Beth Embwidhan. Yes.
Well, that's very interesting to know, actually. Now, I may, if I may, divulge some information to you, fine gentlemen.
Aye.
Now, Hoondarrh recently attacked the city of Neverwinter on the Sword Coast. Now, what if I was to tell you that not only was his fleet completely destroyed, he himself was actually slain, but then got back up and flew away?
They both seem pretty shocked. Say, never heard of a dragon doing that before, but it is Hoondarrh after all. almost doesn't surprise me. Yes, we did hear of his fleet. Set sail, I don't know, 12 days ago, perhaps, something like that. We weren't quite sure what was going on, but from what we can gather, based on the army that usually sits outside of Skagerrak, I think about half of his forces went away with him.
Yes, those half are currently buried under the grounds of Neverwinter now.
You're not here to try and slay him again, are you?
I'd a smile.
Well, I'd keep that to yourself. Attempts, many adventurers come and go through here, trying to slay the dragon and claim his infinite gold. They all fail, and every time they do, Mintarn gets punished.
No, I can understand that. I mean, Neverwinter is my city, and I understand the fear that people have of their homes being decimated because of other people's choices. Indeed, it was some of my own that led Hoondarrh to Neverwinter in the first place. But we put him down once, and I'm curious. He'll still be a while out. I'm curious to see if he's got some magic in his hoard that kept him coming back.
Well, I suppose now is the time to go and search if he's not there. Let's be quick about it. I'm not quite sure how you get in. The gates of Skagerrak are guarded by, like I say, literally thousands of his strange kobold army. Yeah, no idea how you're going to get in, but good luck to you. And if you do get caught, don't implicate Mintarn in any way.
Oh, of course not. No, he knows who I am. You know, being a king and all that, you tend to do that. I'll just toss them a wink and a smile, and I'll be like, I'll be popping along to your shop, I think.
Yes, well, like we say, we've got the basic stuff that we think the people here can afford at the shop, but if you want the really good stuff, you'll have to head up to the mountain. It's a bit of a trek, but I'm sure for a man like yourself, 10,000 steps is nothing.
No, indeed. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll leave you to your ale.
It will raise that amongst you and yeah, be about their business. Cutting back to Reed.
Yes.
One man loses. You enter the game.
Before we start, I'll be like, let's make this more interesting. How about a wager?
What kind of wager?
10 gold.
10 gold. Done and done. We'll put down 10 gold.
Okay. I'll say to him, it's not very fair me getting you to wager because I happen to be a chess master back in Waterdeep.
Well, for 10 gold, I'd be happy to see a chess master at work.
What's your name, sir?
Brian. Brian
Brian.
Alcock.
Brian Alcock. I love that name. My name's Vicroyan Mex Latorio. So how long have you been playing chess?
We just play for fun.
Nice.
Well, all our lives really, and you can see that they're in their 40s, so they've been around for a while.
Can we be playing whilst we're talking?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. How are we going about playing?
So, are you proficient in dragon chess?
No.
Oh, do you know who is, though?
You, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been sat on my character sheet this entire time. Never used it.
In that case, then, it's just going to be a straight intelligence check.
Oh, bollocks. I'm knee smart.
That's a good roll.
Fuck.
They also rolled really high. Holy crap.
Bastard.
So
it's a good game then.
yeah, we'll say the game goes by and it's like really close, but like you just make one mistake at the end and then he capitalizes on it and then gets the win. There's not bad for a chess master, but I will always.
I've never played specifically dragon chess. I think the rules are slightly bit different to the ones I'm used to. So that's what. Yeah. But anyway,
fair enough.
so tell me about this Hoondarrh fellow.
Hoondarrh, well, he's a bit of a terror, but as long as we pay him his due, he leaves us be.
Do you know where he resides?
Yeah, over in Skagerrak. You can't miss it. There's a giant fort outside the entrance.
Okay.
You're not treasure hunters, are you? Trying to steal from him?
No, I want to defeat him.
That sounds even stupider than the dragon, honestly.
But in chess.
You want to challenge the dragon to a game of chess?
I do.
I mean, you could certainly try. I don't know if he would actually go for that.
Tell me, what does he look like in human form?
I've never seen him in human form. We've only ever seen him as a dragon.
I'm sure that'll do. Okay then. So does he have any power over the people here? Why do you pay taxes to him? So he doesn't
Because-
destroy you?
Yes, pretty much. He is an all-powerful dragon, the most powerful, they say. Our small town would be burned to cinders immediately if we failed to pay what was needed.
So are the people here? They don't love him. They fear him entirely.
Yes, they do. But most people have grown up their entire lives here, under his threat, and only occasionally does he ever come out and actually destroy anything or kill anyone.
I see. So if there was any display of weakness, would people revolt, or would they just stay in their homes?
They would stay in their homes. I mean, a lot of the people that come and go here are outsiders like yourself, I'd say. Traders and the likes. They just come here to buy and sell goods, and then they move on. No one really wants to stay in a place that could be burned down by a dragon at any moment. But for the few that do, they're happy enough just to pay their taxes and leave the dragon be.
Very well. Thank you for your insight, Brian.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna leave.
Mhm.
And toss him a coin.
Rejoin boys at the tavern. Sangdela, anything you guys would be doing?
Yes, I want to ask the barman about what goes on in the city. Like, any news?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not persuasive.
Says, there's a lot of goings on here, but for an outsider like yourself, I don't think you'll understand much of it. We have our own goings on, our own business, much of it secret. Nothing you need concern yourself with.
Could you tell me about those two? And I'll gesture to the two I recognize.
Again, make a persuasion check. I'll say this one with disadvantage. See. Well, a lot of the clientele here are here on business. I believe they are as well. As to what their business is, that's their business, not mine.
See. Well, thanks, I guess. Then I'll approach one of the other two. Are they together, the ones that I recognise?
They are together, yeah. They're just sat at a table
I'll
chatting.
just go over to them then.
See, they're both human. What do you say as you approach?
Say, hello there.
They look up at you. Hello.
Looking for bounties?
Well, yes, that is the business of Mintarn. Do I know you?
Might have seen you around before, but I don't know if you've seen me.
Who are you hunting here?
No one at the moment. I'm just curious what kind of work there is going. It's my first time here.
Well, Mintarn's always in need of coin. Hunters like ourselves are often hired to steal gold, kill the wealthy in distant lands. This is just sort of a hub.
Who hires you here?
The tyrant.
I see. Are they the ruler?
Yes, they are.
I thought there was a dragon in charge.
Well, the dragon is, of course, overall in charge, but he doesn't deal with the day-to-day business of the town.
Have you ever seen a dragon?
We've seen Hoondarrh once, but only the once. It was a mighty beast indeed.
Yes. Yes, he was. So I suppose you don't know if he is like the one requesting these bounties, or I suppose the tyrant is doing it to provide gold for him.
Yes, I believe it's the latter.
So if you were
So
to look for bounties, would you go to the tyrant directly?
Yes, there is a bounty board up by the castle.
But what if
And,
you were
if
looking
you-
for something bigger?
You'd probably have to go and inquire with her herself if you can gain an audience.
Sounds like I might have to do that then.
The woman
you.
says, "Hold on, I do recognize your voice. I think we might have seen you in the Underdark at some point."
Possibly, I've been around.
Yes, well, so have we. What's your name?
What's it to you?
I didn't mean any offense.
No
Just
offense.
wondering if I'd heard of you before.
Yes. Very well, I am Xiao Sang.
My name is Alyssa. And then the man will say, "My name is Carrigan."
Nice to meet you both. It's good to meet some fellow hunters.
Yes. There are plenty of jobs on the notice board, as you'll see. Not all of them given by the tyrant. Some are given by local pirates in need of people needing taken care of, as is our business.
Yes. I'll definitely give it a look, but I'm looking for something that pays a bit more than just the regular notice boards.
Well, like I say, so you can speak to the tyrants about that. Or perhaps the Black Skulls. They are a dominant pirate organization here in the city.
Oh, and where are they based?
Well, you can find their ship at the docks. Honestly, I'm not quite sure where they're based myself. I know they have some fanatic who rules them here.
See,
Some crazy woman. I don't know.
sounds very interesting. I suppose their ship would be a good place to start there.
Yes, if you're looking for expensive work, they may have some for you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your trouble. I wish you good luck in your hunting.
And to you, let's hope we don't get contracted to attack one another.
I'm sure. Let's hope for your sake, at least.
They will, go back to their drinks.
Cool. I shall return to Delar and
We'll say around this time, Reed, you would arrive as well, and Tristan, you'd be done with your conversation, so you can all have a regroup.
Noise?
Well, I have some information.
me too.
I have some information.
Excellent.
Delar
Well,
was just
this is
enjoying
whiskey.
his whiskey.
Again, it's good whiskey.
To Delar, it's
Taylor's
just
like,
whiskey.
I'm pissed.
How many whiskies did you have?
I was talking to those dwarven chaps.
None of your business.
You know what? I'll say Sang and Dale. I'll knock off 5 gold for
Oh
wine.
yeah, I forgot to pay for that. Cool.
I was talking to those dwarven chaps. Turns out they own a forge, got some good gear. They've invited me to visit, so that might be of interest to any of us.
I've got no money.
But yes. But anyway, so the tyrant rules the city. Her name is Beth Emberhere.
I would pronounce it Embuirhan.
Emberhere.
Yes.
Emberhere. There you go. Seems that Hoondarrh took about half of his army with him to Neverwinter. There's still half of it left guarding his lair. He's still away. So if we want to get into his lair and see if he's got any magic keeping him alive, then now would be the time to go. However, I don't know how we're going to get in there.
It
There's also
sounds
the
like-
issue of
You mean Scatterak?
yes.
Yeah. It sounds like this tyrant person is the big cheese around here.
Yes, this appears to be their equivalent of a king or an open lord.
So I think we should go to them. But obviously we don't want to be saying we're gonna go and kill the dragon. Because it sounds
I
like
think we should
she
head straight to
she
Scatterak.
collects money for this dragon.
Yes, to pay tribute to him.
Yeah. But
I think we should head straight.
if
to
we could
Scatterak.
I don't think that's a good idea because we won't know any way of getting inside.
Scout.
But maybe if we talk to the tyrant and see what she has to say.
Yes, I noticed some of our pirate friends kicking around, and I say friends with a strong thing of sarcasm.
Yes, apparently they're the other big cheese around here. They have a crazy
yes.
woman in charge of them.
We're not exactly on good terms with them. So you know our big ship with all the cannons? Well, it had
Used to
cannons,
have
it doesn't
cannons,
anymore.
yes.
Yes. We stole that from them.
Well, I didn't do that, so I've got no beef with them.
Yeah, but it went
No.
full circle in the end because the dragon ended up burning the cannons, so it's technically the dragon's fault.
We could say we're on our way to give the ship back to you.
Yeah, the dragon just attacked
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Maybe they'll
we
believe
should
us.
ally
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they'll.
I love stealing from people and then going back to them a year later and saying, "Hey, here you go, have it back."
Well, either way, they don't know who I am, so I could go out and see them.
Oh no, I just don't want to alert anyone that we're here that doesn't need to know. I feel like we could just go to Scalarak and like scope around and like destroy it, because he will arrive in a day most likely or two. So I feel like it would be
Well,
time.
it wouldn't take us that long to go and speak to the tyrant. It could
yeah,
be
but
some
she
very
could alert us.
useful.
Miriam
Good.
will say, "What do you mean destroy it?"
Destroy. You said destroy me.
Yes.
Well, not destroy per se. Just find out what's there, and if so, if we have any evidence that there's something that there's some sort of magic that is keeping Hoondarrh alive, we either steal it or we destroy it there and then. Because that solves. If we go there straight and destroy it, then whoever this tyrant is, her power will soon just go because she has no. Well, once we deal with the dragon, she'll have nothing to.
I mean, the only
No threats.
thing is, we don't know that for sure that there is anything to destroy. There may be nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we start with a tyrant whilst we're in town. We're
I mean,
here
we
anyway.
just have to be careful what we say. We can't be like, oh yeah, we just killed Hoondarrh in Neverwinter and we're
Yeah.
trying to kill him again. Like, we shouldn't be saying that.
Rogar will say,
Yeah.
should we get like some disguises?"
Yeah, disguises would be good. Also, no, but
I've still just got
once-
some chainmail kicking around, so I can just put that on.
once Hoondarrh returns, he and his men will be on high alert. Whereas now, they just think he's off. Well, I'm presuming that anyway.
I mean, he
So
probably
I
has
feel like
some magical ability to communicate with them.
possibly, yeah. But I think speed.
But
is the
would
key.
he though?
Yeah,
Well, we don't know.
we don't know.
We also don't know
Yeah, that's what I'm
anything
saying.
about this island that he controls. Like, maybe it's just a big trap. 'Cause maybe he knows that we'll be coming after him and he's just prepared a big trap.
I don't think he would. I don't know.
That's the thing, we don't know anything.
That's why I'd rather go straight there, scope it out. But if I don't mind if we want to go speak to the tyrant, but I don't think there's any more information we can get off her.
Well, that's what we don't know, because we don't know what the tyrant does or doesn't know or wouldn't be willing to disclose.
But what would we even ask her? Like, what?
Well, we
do you
pose as a
think about
party of
Hoondarrh?
bounty hunters. We pose as a party of bounty hunters, and we see what's going on. It's always polite to
It could
introduce
be that-
yourself to the.
If the tyrant might even want to break this control that the dragon has, and therefore might actually
see,
be
so gain
receptive
some
to
ins-
it. Yeah, so we can, if we just pose generally, then we can maybe try and gain some understanding. Like, we could
Yeah.
say that, oh, you know, we heard around the bay that the dragon had been, like, the dragon's fleet had been destroyed or something, and kind of see what she says, you know?
I've got an idea. Maybe. It's risky, but like if we do go and talk to her, I could try and like detect her thoughts. Like she might like clock on, but like maybe she wouldn't. I don't know.
Might be worth
Thought
a try.
the surface level thoughts, like it couldn't be detected, but then if you tried to go deeper,
Yes,
then it could
that
be
is-
detected.
Yeah, definitely
shall we
try
try
that
that?
then, Rogar, yeah.
Yeah, and can if he wants, can he teleport us out of there? If need be. Rogar?
Not today. We've used all our teleports.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other problem with travelling to that island today, is that we
Actually
burned
can't,
through-
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
we can
then
always
we'll go-
like.
we'll go.
Should we rest today or should we go now?
Well, we'll talk to her now. Might as
What
well.
time of day is it?
Maybe go getting into the evening.
We might as well talk to her now, because then we can plan what to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Time is of the
Okay.
essence, I think.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'll say it's easy enough for you to find the castle. It is well guarded by what look like mercenaries. They don't like bear any particular crest or like have a specific suit of armor that they wear. But you can wander on in.
Are we
easy enough.
disguising it all? Sorry,
I was
there.
just about to say, are you disguising it all?
Yeah,
I
are we
mean-
posing as mercenaries?
I mean, I'm pretty incognito anyway, so I'm fine.
I was going to say, aren't I kind of the only person who really needs to do that?
I mean, it's up to you guys.
'Cause I've still got
I will
chainmail
be.
that I can just put on.
I'll be disguised.
Yeah, I will as well. I'll also take off my goggles.
Mhm.
Would that give me away?
Yeah, you're goggle man. Probably, yeah.
I'll put some chainmail on Patrick rather than my golden plate armor.
Just use like a normal, like my
I'll-
old
I'll
cloak or something.
have my cloak as well, yeah.
Marion doesn't really have anything else, so she'll say, "I'll stay here if you don't mind, and set up some rooms for the night, perhaps."
Yes, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I don't really think me going there is a good idea.
Fair enough.
I will wear my mask as well.
Okay. That done, then you make your way over to the castle. Wander on through. You do see a big notice board that seems to have some contracts.
Can I have a quick
out,
look at it?
There's a bunch of contracts for like just killing a bunch of the local like sea creatures. There seems to be a megalodon about at the moment.
What is it, Sea of
There are-
Thieves?
I mean, yeah, this is the Sea of Thieves place if there was ever a Sea of Thieves place. There's like, you know, work down in Baldur's Gate, stealing from certain people, work in Waterdeep, stealing from certain people, some contracts out on various people throughout the coast that have that need killing. Again, Mintarn's just sort of
How
the
much
place
do
you
they
go to.
pay, like average?
I mean, it varies wildly. Usually like a few thousand per contract.
Pretty reasonable. I just kind of have a quick look at them and I'll be like, not too bad.
Is there anything about us?
No, there is nothing regarding the Blades of Drrust.
Anything about Neverwinter?
No, nothing about Neverwinter.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Just checking. You know, foreign policy and all that.
But if you want to try and enter the castle, there are guards on the door that will attempt to stop you.
Who wants to take lead on this? Sang? Or me?
Yeah, go on then. Greetings.
Greetings.
We're
What's your business?
we're looking to speak with the tyrant.
Regarding what?
We are a group of bounty hunters.
Well, the board is there.
Yes,
Just the
well-
board.
Frankly speaking, the contracts on that board are not high-paying enough, if you know what I mean.
Go and roll a persuasion check.
I'm so bad
Well,
at that.
they are the contracts that we have. So if you don't like the prices of them, go somewhere else.
I'll have you know, sir, we are the best bounty hunters in the land. These contracts, they're 1,000 gold, 2,000 gold. Our minimum fee is 10,000 gold. We need to know if you've got any special contracts in this, on this island, in person with the tyrant.
What's your company's name if you're so famous?
It's called the, I've got it here. It's called the Vicroyan Mex Littorial.
I've not heard of them.
Of course you wouldn't.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have
You
because
just
you're
said
on an
you were
island.
you just said you were famous. Our island gets a lot of traffic from all across the coast. In fact, half the people on this island are from somewhere else.
Let me just cut in here with my friends. They get a bit carried away sometimes. Being a professional bounty hunting outfit, having one's name known by a lot of people is a bit of a detriment to the impact we can have on successfully completing our contracts. I'm sure you understand the need of discretion in our business. And I'll tap my nose with a smile.
We are renowned with our clients, and we need to speak to the tyrant, as she's the only person on this island that has the money to pay for us. So we need to speak to her in person.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage for me, Tristan.
Fair play.
One of them will say, "Well, go and ask her if she's available. Wait here." And one of the guards will head him. You guys have just got, a little bit of time to wait outside. If there's anything you want to do.
I'll turn around to the others and I'll be kind of like, shall I do the talking?
Do you know anything about
can do.
bounty hunting?
I know the basics. Anything you want to tell me that's specific?
More just your attitude.
Remember, record Vicroin Mexlatorial.
Yeah, you know what, Reed? You maybe avoid bigging us up too much, but, you know, we're here for work.
If you're doing the talking, you can't be all righteous and paladin-y.
Well, I can pull off a my old mercenary self occasionally.
Oh, also keep an eye out for like magic stuff. We don't want to be detected.
I mean, we just walked up to the front gate. It's a bit late for that.
We'll
So
say
like
as
Rogar being all like detect. Oh, I'm gonna detect the thoughts, and then there's like a wizard in there, and it's like, oh.
or shall I not do that then?
I
No,
think
I-
perhaps
Just
not.
we'll give you a
We're-
wink.
Alright, well, yeah, you guys can like message me if you want me to do it. I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, the doors will open and say, "The tyrant will see you now." And you are led through. There are a number of guards, about a dozen, that walk with you. You see, in this place, they don't really take chances with outsiders. But you are led into a sort of, I imagine it like Driftmark, their sort of throne room, where there's lots of memorabilia of various things along the walls and on plinths of various victories and achievements over the years. You do see, sat down the end, a mixed race woman, looks to be in her sort of late 30s. She'll gesture for you to come forward with her hand.
We'll come forward and I'll give a little bow.
She like waves her hand and says, "We don't really do bowing here. As long as you're respectable people, that's all I need."
Ah. Very well, thank you. Bit different to the mainland, I see.
Yes, well, people come here to get away from the mainland.
Very true. Old habits die hard, you know, though.
Yes, where are you all from?
I myself am from Waterdeep.
Looks the rest of you.
Waterdeep.
The Underdark. I'll sort of like point to my face, like.
She's like, "Yes, well, not all drow from the Underdark.
The Underdark as well.
Well, can tell at least the two of you from the Underdark then are likely bounty hunters. What do you need me for? What can I do for you?"
Well, we are what you would call a bit more of an elite bounty hunting unit. We take the big targets or the big names. We keep our business on the down low. We're discreet. Hence why you won't have heard of us, because having one's names, as I've said to your guards in the front, spread out and about and be well known doesn't really work very well for us. Adventurers, yes, but not for us. We were hoping that you would have information or access to a higher list of targets per se.
Well, most of what we have is on the board out front. How much gold are we talking here? What are you looking for? And how can it benefit me in Mintarn?
Well, our prices are reasonable and flexible, depending, of course, on the demands of the client. I'll gesture to herself. How it would benefit you? Well, if you have any big names that you want to get rid of discreetly, that will always benefit you, no? And indeed, most of the time, a person in your position of power, such as yourself, removing those big names or big targets will also benefit the realm upon which they rule over.
I assume you're referring to big red elephant in the room.
I mean, if there's a bounty on the big red elephant in the
There
room,
is
we'd really...
not a bounty on Hoondarrh.
Ah, well, in that case, then
come here,
we're
looking
not
for him,
interested. We're not interested in going after a dragon if there's no bounty. Even we have limits.
yes, the dragon. You would not do well. Many an adventurer has come through here, attempting to break into Scatterak and slay the beast and steal his hoard, but all have failed. Hoondarrh is, well, let's just say he enjoys watching people attempt it. He enjoys seeing them fall into his various traps. The island itself is designed to be a game for him to watch.
Oh, that's interesting. Quite the lair he's got then.
Yes, he fears humanity above all else and prides himself on learning as much as he can about them and he enjoys watching them fail.
I sort of look a little bit confused. Why does he fear humans? Just humans? Doesn't
Well,
make much sense if he's a red dragon.
He has slain many a mighty beast over the years, but the closest he has ever come to being killed has been at the hands of humans. I think he sees our kind as treacherous. Given our short lifespan, we do as much as we can with the time that we have, and that makes us dangerous. We think differently to other races. We think in such a way that he fears, I suppose. I mean, go and ask him if you want certain specifics.
No, no. I did hear that he'd left his island recently. Actually,
Yes.
we're not.
I mean, now would be the time if you did want to try and steal something from his lair, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, and I'm sure, of course, such attempts would probably have negative impacts upon yourself and your city.
Precisely. Odds.
I see. I completely understand your position. Very respectable.
Yes.
course,
If you
it's
are
always
looking
better.
for a particularly difficult and well-paying job, however, do you have a ship?
No, unfortunately. Last ship
Then-
was sunk by pirates.
Then never mind.
Well, perhaps we could acquire a ship, depending on the value of this bounty.
Make a persuasion check.
Me?
Yes.
Not again. I'm so bad at this.
So, I hope you mean acquire a ship as in purchase one, not steal one.
Of course.
We need to keep the flow of gold moving through this town.
Of course. We are not without means ourselves. That's why we go after the high-paying bounties.
There is a bounty, one that used to be upon the wall, but so many people died attempting it that we took it off. But it is an ever-present threat to our waters.
What would be the nature of this beast?
I
Evidently not
assume you've all heard of a kraken.
a kraken. Interesting.
Yes, there is one that plagues our waters, disrupts a lot of trade coming through here. But like I say, many have tried and many have failed to kill the beast that rules those waters. If you are as good as you say, it could certainly be on the list. We would pay handsomely. 30,000 gold was the usual going rate. But a kraken is a kraken.
How big is it?
Let's do a
I've
kraken.
never seen it myself. She gestures to the room, says, maybe a little smaller than this. And it's like a pretty big great hall that you're standing in.
Where was it last seen?
It's rarely seen. We simply get news that ships that should be coming here are not here. Just south, perhaps 2 or 3 weeks ago, some shipments disappeared. We assume the Kraken was involved. Occasionally, survivors do get through and let us know, which is why we know the Kraken is to blame for all of this.
Interesting. Well, that's certainly something for us to consider.
I think
Yes.
we should. Can I whisper? I
If we-
think we
if-
should accept.
If we were to take on this this kraken slaying contract, what proof would you demand of its demise?
Well, like I said, I've not actually seen the Kraken myself, but I imagine it would have a head or some sort of notable body parts that you could bring back.
What about some oil?
Anyone can get oil from anywhere. That would not be enough.
Okay, so just a typical trophy prize then of a kraken, right?
So
I'm
as
sure
long
we
as you
can-
have proof that the Kraken is dead, whatever proof you can find, as long as it is proof and not just some oil, then yes. That
All
would
right, I'm
suffice.
sure. I'll look at the others and I'll kind of be like, sort of like shrug my shoulders, like, what do you think?
I accept.
So,
Yes.
so we
Not
can
quite-
consider it. Obviously,
I'm not
we have
quite
our own
sure.
expenses to think of.
Yes, I mean the price of a ship itself would probably cost you around 30,000, so it probably isn't worth it if you don't already have one, which is why I asked originally.
Yes.
We'll have a think.
Very well. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you know anything about those pirates?
We have many pirates that come and go here. We are a place for all.
The Black Skulls. I hear they've got some kind of leader here.
It's always Sang. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Nodding.
Sang's the one asking the right questions. She's just...
Why are my rolls
just-
so bad?
She'll say, the Black Skulls they provide a lot of gold for this city, and thus they'll keep their business their own.
Oh, it's only because I was wondering if they were to have any contracts as well.
They have attempted to kill the Kraken in the past. Failed, of course. They won't be attempting it again, I wouldn't say.
Yes, I meant a contract that wasn't Kraken related.
Well, you could go and speak to them, but I doubt it.
Would you know where to find them?
Down in the port, I would imagine.
Just on the harbour, I assume then.
Yes, the Black Skull banner will be on their sails, so they will be easy to spot.
Excellent, thank you.
Can I look around and see if there's any magical things?
Sure. I guess there will be a few little magic items that pop up around the room. I don't
Any
actually have
magical people looking like wizards, warlocks, that kind of shit?
Yes, there is a man, like a guard, stood next to Beth, who has like some magical armor, magical sword, magical gear, and the tyrant Beth herself would also have a little bit of magic on her.
I see. So he could probably detect magic, most likely.
I mean, possibly.
It's an active spell though, so you have to actually choose to detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think we're
Like
good.
since we're in the, well, I guess we can't be having this conversation right now. So
No, true.
Yeah. I guess the only thing would be, do you want to message Rogar to try and get him to dig deep, or do you want to leave it?
I would. Yeah.
Okay.
We can't talk about it, so.
Nope.
Well, if we don't know that, I'm just gonna sort of like thank her and like start to leave, I guess, because we don't know this. So.
Yeah, no, you don't know. So, Reed, do you message Rogar then?
Yeah. Do I need to ask her questions in order to like incite thoughts in her head?
Well, that's why he would delve deeper, to try and just search for what he wants to find,
I got
rather
you.
than asking
Okay,
for
then.
a specific thought.
All right then. Yeah. I'll walk away as well then, whilst he's casting this.
We just leave him there.
As he's walking away, he'll make a.
Okay.
She will make a saving throw against it.
God.
just plus
Fail.
4 to Tristan.
Nah, we're more than 10 feet away.
She has a +4. Yeah, so Rogar is able to probe deeper. And we'll say he sort of does it as he's leaving. And once you guys are a distance away, Rogar will say, right, I looked into her mind, and she's not very trusting of us. She thinks we might be dangerous. Also, she does seem to like know a lot about the dragon, Hoondarrh, but wasn't able to like learn anything specifically, unfortunately.
Yes, perhaps
But there's definitely
Yeah.
more information she knows about him.
well, maybe we take this Kraken, we find a way to get his ship. I'll leave that up to you, Sang.
I mean,
Unless
I don't know if we
talking
want
is
to waste time with
I was
the
gonna say,
Kraken.
to be honest, I actually have no interest in fighting a Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should use that as the disguise of why we're getting a ship to go to Skadorak. Or like why we're there in the first place. But like, oh, we heard that there was a sighting around there, so we went to the Kraken.
Isn't Skadorak north of Mintarn?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it is.
complete wrong way.
Yeah, she said last sighting was 2 weeks ago though, right?
I suppose
to the
we
south.
could say
So you
like
can be like, yeah, it's moved since then. We asked someone in the docks, and they said they saw it in the north like 2 days ago.
Rogar will say, what I did manage to learn was a little bit more about the Black Skulls, I guess because they were like on her mind at the time or something. They're led by someone called Audra, who is like a fanatic of Umberly. I don't know who Umberly is.
I assume a god of some sort.
Yeah, I'll say Dela, Tristan, make religion checks.
I haven't even got any like.
damn, Taylor.
You religious bitch.
Well, Dale,
Well,
I don't think I need to really.
Yeah, that's fine. Dela would know. Also known as the Bitch Queen, Umberly is an evil sea goddess known for being particularly malicious, petty, greedy, and vain. She is a member of the deities of fury, which are led by the Stormlord Talos, with whom you had dealt with previously.
Oh yeah.
As a deity of nature, she is also part of the deities of the First Circle. So yeah, she is one of the storm deities, but a lesser one than Talos, but still someone to be
I
feared.
wonder
to be
if
sure.
she's so powerful here. Maybe she would know a bit about the dragon as well. And a
I
pirate
don't
might be
partic-
more willing to share information than the tyrant, because they wouldn't be as
I don't-
interested in the effect on Mintarn.
I think a pirate would be, but maybe not like this fanatic lady. Maybe someone else.
I don't particularly want to deal with the Black Skulls, to be honest. And if they serve this Umberlee, then they're probably not up to any good anyway.
Exactly.
Did we keep the marks of Talos that we got from the guys
I think he had some in
that
the bag
we
of holding.
defeated?
Not
Good
that I
point.
would know about that.
I mean,
Um,
again, it's one of them. It's like, would you have actually kept them? Do you think
I
realistically?
mean, if we put, I think we definitely did keep some, because we were using them as proof, weren't we?
Because, actually, I'm not sure.
No, that was the Court of Bane, right?
Oh,
yeah, we
no,
might
that
have
was-
handed them
oh,
over as proof.
I
Like,
can't remember now.
yeah,
So
this was a
long
while
ago.
ago.
I definitely
also don't
remember. I
think-
definitely remember we collected some of them.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
if it's something you think you would have had on you, I'll say
But then
sure.
because
but like, yeah.
we've got the bag of holding, we would have just put them in there, and then like there's no
it's
reason
not
to
like you
discard
pick-
them.
But what reason would you have had for picking them up?
I think we were doing it as like proof of something, because remember we found
yeah,
the
'cause
things in the
so
cave.
they were disguised as
Yeah.
paladins of Tyr, weren't they? And then we
Yeah,
took
so
them as proof.
You
Like,
did find that you did find that one symbol beneath the troll like lair that had the symbol of Talos on it. So I'll say you would have that, but not necessarily all the individual pieces.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
just that one. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I'll say I'll say yes. So you've got a symbol of Talos on you.
like, if one of us is wearing that when we meet with the fanatic, they might be more inclined to share information.
This wouldn't be like a thing you'd wear. It's just like a big stone.
You just
circle.
hold it, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, chaps. Because she's a fanatic, I would not feel particularly comfortable dealing with that.
Well, you don't have to.
You could always like wait with Meridian or something.
Yeah.
Marion, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth
Meridian.
exploring all our options before we decide to just sail out
maybe
to
we
the
should-
island.
Maybe we should get some food and have a bit of a think. I do want to pay these dwarves a visit, actually.
Well, you could
At
do
some
that
point.
while we try and speak to this crazy lady.
True.
I think we should head straight there, Scalarag.
Again, it's just walk. That's literally
I
walking
mean,
into the
either
dragon's
way,
face.
we still need to
Well-
have a form of transport to get there. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
imagining it's like, because it was like afternoon when we left to go meet the tyrant. It's probably getting late now.
Remember
so-
what she said as well. She told us that his island is basically just a giant trap.
yeah,
She also said he likes watching.
yeah. So it's
people die
like,
to his
I
traps.
assume like as soon as we set foot on the island, he would like know we're there somehow.
So,
Maybe
I mean,
even before
in,
that.
in an ideal scenario, we would know someone that knows the island.
Well, that's why
that
it's
we
worth
can
talking
take
to
with
these
us.
other people to see if they
Yeah.
know
I mean,
anything.
theoretically, there could be someone on the island that knows something, but you'd have to.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, not
someone-
many will know, but like everything.
That's why it's best to talk to these like important people, because they're more likely to know things or know other people that know things.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just doing it in a way so they don't discover that they have to be on our side, really. So probably the dwarves are the best bet.
But they don't
Ah,
they
the
don't know
dwarves,
anything.
they don't-
he
don't
just
know
wants to
anything
buy
about the
armor.
Oh, yeah. Well, if there's
Doesn't
This-
armor take
it's
a
like,
while
it's-
to make
it's
it
how much
anyway?
information do they give them before they just end up alerting people that we're going to go there?
Just for the
They have
record
to
as
be our
well,
friends.
I'll say the sun has now set and it is like night. I mean, it's nighttime in winter, so it's probably like still the evening rather than night. But like, it's,
Well, I don't know about
it's
you
late enough
guys,
that it's
but-
dark.
I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, that's
Heroes
fine. I
feast.
mean, you don't have to go to talk to this person anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it
think
now.
I
But
think we should. After all,
don't think
we mentioned to the tyrant that we would potentially be interested in speaking to them, so that wouldn't be unusual because we already said we were looking
Yeah.
for bounties. So it would be more unusual if we then, well, maybe not more, but it would be like perfectly reasonable then, as soon as we asked about it, to go and speak to them.
I mean, it is nighttime though, so
And
Sure.
I don't think the pirates particularly care that much.
Like, nah, gotta go to bed, mate. Got you raiding in the
My
morning.
NPC cycle says I should be sleeping right now.
Yeah. Are you all going then to see the Black Skulls?
I'm not.
Okay. You're heading back to the tavern then.
They
Yep,
will
in that case,
recognise us.
potentially. Obviously, not everyone from
But they won't
the Black
recognise
Skulls.
me, for sure.
Like there may be someone who was there when you were there, but like the Black Skulls are quite a large faction, so not necessarily.
Yeah.
But either way, we will get to that next week.